Well, that was fast. With one line, the Trump administration backpedaled and decided to rescind its temporary freeze memo on federal grant and loan programs. But things are still very confusing, and I'm going to explain why in a second. Here's the document from the OMB office from today saying OMB Memorandum M2513 is rescinded. If you have questions about implementing the president's executive orders, please contact your agency general counsel. Memorandum M2513 is the one I told you all about yesterday in these videos. It said that as of 5 p.m. Eastern last night, all funding for federal grants and loan programs would be frozen. The memo said that money would temporarily not go out until the Trump administration ensured that the programs adhered to Trump policies. The memo caused a lot of confusion and a lot of outrage from a lot of people and organizations throughout the country, from Medicaid recipients to charities and grant recipients in both blue and red states. So yesterday afternoon, a federal judge in Washington, D.C. put an administrative stay or a pause on this funding freeze memo until the judge could have a full hearing on Monday to determine whether an injunction to permanently stop the Trump administration from doing this was legal and appropriate. But here's where things get confusing. Just a short time ago, the press secretary put this statement out on X saying, this is not a rescission of the federal funding freeze. This is simply a rescission of the OMB memo. Why? To end any confusion created by the court's injunction. The president's EOs on federal funding remain in full force and effect and will be rigorously implemented. So what is it? Is the funding going out or not? Well, for now, yes. However, it's also a fact that President Trump did sign an executive order last week calling for a review of all federal grant and loan programs. So those reviews will continue, as the press secretary said. But the OMB memo, which demanded that immediate temporary pause on the money going out, is not going to happen for now. Now, this move to rescind that OMB order so quickly is particularly interesting, given the fact that the press secretary was insistent on camera yesterday that the Trump administration was willing to take this fight all the way to the Supreme Court if it had to. It is unclear what caused the Trump administration to walk back that order in just 24 hours.